No,
How are you going, bro?
not too bad. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a while since we spoke. I'm
Yeah, it's
cool.
been a minute. Yeah,
How have you been?
pretty good. Locking in, training, pretty well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love to hear it, bro. How are you finding the program so far?
I'm finding it pretty good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome. Awesome. What's been like the biggest shift for you?
I'd say the eating. I've been pretty consistent with the eating, which is good, which is what I struggled on in the past. So I reckon it's been pretty good. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. And how's work? How's work been?
not too bad. Yeah, it's been pretty good. So I got enough time to do workouts and stuff afterwards. So it's good. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, work staying busy, of course.
Yeah, of course. Always.
Could imagine. Could imagine. And what about footy? How's footy tracking along? Do you have any games coming up soon or?
Yeah, so I've got my first scratch match in 2 weeks, so that should be good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been training pretty good, pretty hard. Yeah,
Love it, bro. Love it. And I kind of want to just have this check and call, make sure everything's going smoothly with you with terms of like training, nutrition, like sleep recovery and lifestyle as well. Is there anything from you like you want to focus on, and we can like break things down if you need a bit more clarity, or like if you find it's also obviously ideal, but I'm happy to like go through things with you. We can build a bit of a structured plan, whether you want to focus on like sleep, more nutrition, like change things up. Like, yeah.
I'd say probably sleep. I'd say that's one thing I've been struggling with at the moment because I've been tend to get, I reckon, 6.5. So I'm trying to aim back to that 7.5.
Yeah.
At least, which has been hard, but yeah, I'm trying to get back into it. Definitely.
Yeah. That makes sense. All right, cool. Let me get on my screen. And we can build a bit of a plan for you. Cool. Cool, man. So like, let's say 3 things you want to focus on over the next, say, 6 weeks, I'm guessing, or however long we have left in the program. Yeah, about another 6 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks. So like, top 3 focus points that you want to touch on.
Right, is this like all up or just on the sleep side of things?
All up.
All up.
Obviously, one being sleep.
Yep. All right, so I reckon I definitely feel like I'm definitely getting stronger, which is one good thing. But I feel the weak part is the core, I'd say, which touched up on a few days ago. But I'd say that's one thing I definitely want to work on. And then the next, I'd say just fitness in general for footy. I feel good at the moment, but I feel like I can definitely be better, I'd say.
Cool. For sure. All right, and so what are the 3 like biggest struggles that you're facing, say, with sleep?
I'd say the wake up at 5 o'clock every morning is a struggle, and I feel like by the time I get home from footy training at like 8 o'clock, have a shower and all that, it ends up being after 9, and then by the time I get to sleep, it's like just after 10. So I want to aim for that 9:30 in bed, everything off, ready to sleep sort of thing. I'd say is the goal.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And so are you having like obviously dinner after footy training?
Yep. Straight after, yeah.
All right, cool. Are you cooking that dinner or is it already prepped?
Already prepped, really, most of the time.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. And so you're obviously like showing up, just taking your time. Like it's obviously going to be quite hard to. Well, yeah, if you get home by 8, you obviously got 2 hours before 10 o'clock, which is going to be like your ideal sleep. Well, get to bed by then. That way you can at least get 7 hours. But even if you could push for like, say, 9:30, 9:15, then you're going to be closer to that 8 hours, ideally. And then you're going to obviously have more energy at work. So run me through, like, as soon as you get home, what are you doing?
So as soon as I get home, I'd say I sit down on the couch for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I go grab my food already, and then sit down and eat that for like 10 minutes, and then I jump in the shower. After the shower, just get into bed really, and I just sort of chill in bed and then go to sleep really.
Yeah.
About
Nice.
it.
All right, cool. I think let's maybe change that. We could probably kill two birds with one stone. So how about like you, as soon as you get home, like you chuck your stuff down, whatever you need to do, but then before getting on the couch, like put your food in the microwave, go and shower for say 10 minutes, let your food like stay warm in the microwave, or if you need to let it cool down, whatever you need to do. But then that way you can come back after you shower. Then you feel fresh rather than like having dinner, still haven't showered, say from footy and work. You can get fresh right before bed, and then you can have dinner on the couch. That way by the time you've already got on the couch, you're eating food rather than say spending 10 minutes on the couch before even eating anything.
Yeah.
And you're actually chilling and you're like in a rest mode rather than like still being in this mindset of like, I've got to have dinner, I've got to microwave my food, then I've got to hop in the shower. Like as soon as you go home, that's when your wind down starts. Does that make sense?
Definitely, yeah. That'd work well.
For sure. So give that a try. And I think with that, like you save that 10 minutes that you instantly get home and get on the couch. So you can save that 10 minutes to say whatever you might be doing, like doom scrolling, whatever that might look like, might not be. But then you can just spend that 10 minutes, say, in the shower, winding down and getting ready for the next day. While your food heats up, you hop in the shower, then you can actually enjoy dinner. And it's just going to hit so much better, like enjoying dinner, showered up, clean, feeling fresh. And you can just chill out until, say, 9:30 p.m. and then you can make your way to bed.
Yep, definitely.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Sweet. And then so with core strength as well, you want to improve on that. So where do you think, like, where do you notice your core strength going wrong?
So really, I'd say just because I haven't seen much of like a change in my stomach as such, but obviously every workout I just do like a little bit of a core workout just to like end off the workout.
Yeah.
But I feel that I haven't been consistent on it, which is why I feel like I've only been consistent the last 2 weeks. And I can definitely feel a bit of an improvement in my core, but I feel like I definitely need this home stretch. I definitely need to tone in on the core side of things, I'd say.
Mhm. For sure. All
Go
right,
to
cool.
core.
Yeah. So with your workouts, you're doing like the band pull off press.
Yep, that's the number one. Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. And then what else have you got? What about as well lying medicine ball throw as well? You're doing that?
Yep, doing that as well. Yeah.
Cool. And then are you doing any extras yourself?
Yep. So I've been doing it just every day really. I've been doing a minute plank for 3 sets of minute planks.
Yeah.
And then I also do a bit of leg raises.
Yeah.
And what else? Russian twist as well. That's about it really.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. I'd say you could probably try and do maybe one of those at the end of every session rather than like destroying your abs, because you don't want to obviously destroy them too much because they're going to be fatigued, and then that's probably why you feel like your core strength could be lacking because they're always being used. So let's maybe do one extra per week. So for one, we could probably do I like the leg raises, and then eventually you're also doing that in lying.
Yep.
So then you can progress to like hanging knee raises. So that's going to be like hanging from a bar and doing like knee tucks, and then eventually you can do hanging leg raises.
Yep.
And I'd just say like start with your back assisted for that one, and then once you get good with your back being assisted, like get a bar, or if you can do it up against a wall or just have something behind your back, it becomes a whole lot easier. And then just do hanging leg raises. So that can be for one, and then for number two, it's going to be Russian twists. Yeah, we can keep them in. They're good. Are you doing them like with a plate, a kettlebell?
Just doing it with the bowl. I think it's a 10-kilo bowl.
Yeah, nice. For sure. I think start with maybe do a kettlebell because you can have better grip with the kettlebell, and just go as heavy as you can.
Yep.
Do you have kettlebells at the gym?
Yeah, there's a few of them there.
What weight do they go?
they don't go to that heavy, if I'm being honest. Maybe 16 or I think 12, 16, I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah, try and go for 16 kilos. I reckon you could probably get like 8 or so each side, 10 each side. I reckon aim for that. And then, yeah, go heavy because going heavy will have a big impact on that. And then number 3, we'll get rid of the plank. We'll do decline sit-ups as well. Because rather than, if you think about it, if you're doing a plank, like obviously you're holding that core, but it's pretty much like just a burn, really, like the way I like to think about it. Like if you're doing a decline sit-up, you're actually training the abs and moving them and stretching them and contracting them. So that way they're actually going to get built. Rather than a plank, they're just staying there and holding you up. So with a decline sit-up, is there a decline bench at your gym?
Yeah. There is one. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, do a decline sit up, grab like a 10 to 20 kilo plate, and then just start pump them out. Do like 2 sets of 10.
Easy.
I'd say do 2 sets of 10 for decline sit up and lying or the leg raises, and then for Russian twists, do say like 2 sets of 10 each side.
Yep.
Cool. And yeah, just remember like one, rather than doing all 3 after each session, just do 1. That way you can get out the gym quicker. And then number 2, like your abs and your core's also going to like not be fatigued. So when you actually need to use your core, it's actually going to be strong enough to be like, to be engaged. All right, cool. And then number 3, overall fitness. Tell me a bit more about that.
So I'd say the last few weeks, because I've been pretty busy, I've done obviously my 2 main footy trainings. And then after that, I sometimes have like an extra session for a run, a bit of a sprint training. But the last 2 weeks, last week I haven't had it. But I'd say I want to try fit in a definite one more running session towards the end of the week, where like the chill down, not as much stuff to do sort of thing. Like Saturday or Sunday, to have a run session, because obviously I'm a month away from games starting back, like proper games. So I want to get that fitness then ready to go sort of thing.
Cool, for sure. So what days are you training?
So at the moment I'm training Monday, Thursday.
Yeah.
So I usually do the workouts on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then have footy training, and then the Friday I sometimes fit in the workout. Most of the time I do it on Saturday because I have more time.
Yeah, nice. I think that's good. So let's do do you know how many Ks you're doing roughly at, say, footy training?
At training, I'd say 7 to 8.
Yeah, okay.
100%.
Nice. And then, cool. So you're going to be around like 16 Ks, 14, or say 15 Ks average by the weekend. So you don't want to be doing like too much come Saturday, I think, just because, well, for now, as you build into games, because you don't want to have all this load built up before you go into games. So let's just do like a moderate high intensity session. That way you can still get the most out of it without putting a bunch into your legs. So let's use that Saturday to replicate pretty much game day, but just without that load. So let's just build out this running session. So if you think of a game day, like it's going to have high intensity sprints. So first of all, we could do like 5 40-meter efforts at 95% with say 60 seconds rest or walk back rest. And then for block 2, you probably want a bit more. Let's start with a longer. So let's do like 3 500-meter efforts at say a minute 45. That way you're going to be at like 3:30 pace, and you're still going to be building your engine as well. But you're also going to get a whole lot faster. So try and do 1:45 to say 2-minute pace.
Yep.
And that's quick, bro. Like if you can get that, you'll feel great coming into training. and game days as well. And then we'll go a bit more high intensity again. We'll do like 2 sets before 200 meters every 80 seconds, 2-minute rest. I think that's good, man. Like that's, maybe we could do some top up. We'll do like extra. Nice. Can you see that?
Can see it, yeah.
Cool. So yeah, 5 40-minute efforts, 60 seconds rest or walk back for your rest, 3 500-meter efforts at that 145 to 2-minute pace, and then 2 times 4 200 meters every 80 seconds. Do you understand what it means by it? Yeah, on the 80. So yeah, sweet. And then 2-minute rest in between each set on those, and then 5 100-meter runs at 90%, and then walk back as you're recovering. That should be fine. Get into some like mobility or stretching, just keep the body fresh. But I think that's all you really need. Like it's only going to be say 4Ks, but it's going to be pretty high intensity. But it's going to build your engine for game day and just replicate those game day sessions instead, just with running. That cool?
Yeah, that'd go a long way by the time the season starts. So I reckon it's good.
For sure. Yeah, I think like if your season's a month away, so it's going to be like 4 weekends, try do this session 3 times, and then obviously going into that last week, you might have a game, or just ignore this session. That way, going into the week after, your body will feel fresh, and you have more of a deload week going into round 1 or an official trial, and your body will feel a whole lot better, and it won't be too sluggish, won't have any injuries. And you can build nicely going into the season.
For sure, definitely.
Cool, bro. Is there anything else you want to touch on, or do you think we like covered it all?
Mainly covered it all, I reckon. Yeah.
Perfect. Love it, bro. And moving forward, like, where would you like my help? Where would you like my assistance?
I don't know, really. You've been pretty helpful along the way. It's keeping me committed, so it's good.
Love it. Let's communicate on WhatsApp as well. I find WhatsApp's going to be a lot easier. Do you use WhatsApp at all?
Yep, I have WhatsApp, yeah.
Cool. I just send you a message, so we'll communicate on there a bit better. Because EverFit, I'll try use to keep automated messages. That way, when you get a message on EverFit, it'll just be like a reminder to like do your check-in or making sure like you're ticking off your habits. That way, we can go back and forth on WhatsApp, and it'll just be a lot easier to get.
Sure.
Cool, man. Cool. Easy. And like just a few questions as well. Like, kind of want to touch on this again. Like, what kind of brought you into my program? Like, how did you hear about me? And like, what content really made you want to work with me specifically?
I'd say I saw it on like TikTok and Instagram and stuff, and I'm like, obviously, there's plenty of different programs out there. And I just thought the one that would be like best for me. And I looked at this one, I liked it, and I was like, yeah, definitely this one out of all the other ones I could have went to, sort of thing.
That's right. Was there anything specifically that made you feel that way?
I just reckon sort of the same situation I was in all the videos I saw. I'm like, if he can do it in that, I feel like I definitely can as well, sort of thing. And I reckon it's like, yeah.
You mean like specifically those transformation videos?
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, for sure.
Cool, man. And cool. And like, is there any sort of values that you find resonate with me? Like, with I obviously work a day job as well. Like, obviously, it's hard to balance a day job and fit to a structure and a schedule. So that can be hard. Did you find that you resonate with that, or more because I was a planner?
Definitely a bit of both, because I saw that you worked as well, working a full-time job as well, and then footy as well, sort of thing. Because most of the other ones, they say you're for footy and stuff, but like obviously this one, because I know you've played footy and stuff like that, and I feel like definitely like, it's just good.
Cool. Awesome.
So
I appreciate that, man. Of course. So let's keep crushing, bro. We've got yeah, 5 weeks now, and we can really dial in, especially with this. Let me know how you go, and we'll communicate over WhatsApp now, and everything should be moving forward pretty sweetly, man.
Easy. Sounds great.
Awesome, bro. Excited for you, and yeah, keep up the good work. You've come very far, and well done on staying consistent. But yeah, let's get this final stretch done. You'll notice some big changes. I think as well for you, like I'd probably want to see you, like stick to this as well, but then maybe try and put yourself in a bit more of a calorie deficit so you can have those changes with your body.
Yeah.
If you want to really focus on removing that gut, like the biggest thing you can do is be in a calorie deficit. So try focus on that. If you need to be tracking your calories, making sure you're in that deficit, maybe for like a week. Obviously not a long-term strategy, but yeah.
For sure.
There you go.
Sounds great.
Awesome, bro. I'm always here for your help as well. So yeah, reach out anytime.
Cool. Sounds good.
No worries, bro. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. We'll speak soon.
Thank you. See you later.
All right, cool, bro. See ya.
Yeah, bye.